Stop waiting for permission. Why Black women are leading the economy without asking. Welcome to Soft Girl Era, the sacred space where strong Black women unlearn survival, rediscover softness, and reclaim the joy, rest, and freedom they deserve. I'm your host, LeAnne Dolce, pronounced Dolce, like sweet softness whispered in French, and I'm your guide from burnout to boundaries, from doing to being, from strong to soft, and loving every second of it. Today, I want to share something with you that completely shattered everything I thought I knew about Black women in entrepreneurship. I had the honor of sitting down with Shaleeka Jackson, a revolutionary force who has dedicated her entire life to helping Black women step into economic freedom without apology, without permission, and without shrinking themselves to fit into systems that were never designed for their success. Shaleeka Jackson isn't just talking about change, she is the change. She's building bridges where there were walls. She's creating pathways where there were roadblocks. She's rewriting the rules of wealth building for women who've been told to wait their turn, to prove themselves one more time, to settle for less than they deserve. And what she shared with me, it's going to challenge everything you've been conditioned to believe about starting a business. Here's what we've been told: entrepreneurship is the backup plan. It's what you do when the job market fails you, when the layoffs hit, when the promotions stop coming, when you're tired of being overlooked, undervalued, and underpaid. We've been conditioned to see business ownership as a last resort, a desperate scramble when corporate America shows us the door, a survival tactic, a plan B. But here's the truth Shaleeka Jackson laid out for me, and it stopped me dead in my tracks. Black women aren't turning to entrepreneurship because we're running out of options. We're choosing it because we're done waiting for permission to build wealth. Between 2017 and 2022, Black owned employer businesses grew by 56.9%. Let me say that again so it sinks in: 56.9%. That's not just growth, that's dominance, that's leadership, that's outpacing every other demographic in this country, while unemployment rates for Black women hit 7.5%. While we're still fighting for promotions that come slower and pay less, while we're navigating a job market that treats us like we're disposable, we're not sitting around waiting for the system to fix itself. We're building our own tables. We're creating our own economy. We're rewriting the rules. This isn't survival mode. This is strategy. This is power. This is Black women saying, I see the game you're playing, and I'm not playing anymore. I'm changing the entire board. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. That sounds amazing, but I don't know where to start. I don't have the perfect business plan. I don't have the funding. I don't have a team. I don't have the time. I don't have the connections. And here's where Shaleeka Jackson's wisdom becomes a lifeline. She told me something I will never forget, something that should be tattooed on the heart of every Black woman who's ever doubted herself. Start simple to build momentum. You don't need a 10-page business plan. You don't need a logo, a website, a full product line, and a marketing team before you launch. You need one clear offer that solves one problem. That's it. That's the starting line. You are the most educated demographic in this country. Your skills, your insight, your lived experience, your ability to navigate systems that weren't built for you, that's your proof of concept. You don't need perfection. You need to start, because every single day you wait for everything to be perfect is another day someone else is getting paid for the expertise you're sitting on. Every day you delay is another day you're giving your power away. Let me tell you about a woman named Cara Stevens. Cara is the founder of the Frugal Feminista, and her story is a master class in starting simple and building something extraordinary. Cara was working a corporate job, watching Black women around her, brilliant women, capable women, overqualified women, getting underpaid and undervalued every single day. She saw the debt burdens we carry. She saw how we're taught to give and give and give until there's nothing left for ourselves. She saw the financial trauma we inherit and the systems that keep us trapped, and she decided to do something about it. But here's the thing, Cara didn't wait until she had a massive platform. She didn't wait until she had thousands of followers or a book deal or a media empire. She started with one thing, coaching women on money mindsets. She bootstrapped with her own savings. She created one core offer and she priced it to cover her real life, her debts, her needs, her value, her future. She didn't undercharge because she was afraid people wouldn't pay. She didn't shrink her prices to make other people comfortable. She priced for her full life. Today, Kara Stevens is a best selling author. She's built a media platform with courses and a thriving community. She's teaching thousands of Black women to heal their relationship with money and step into wealth building. But it didn't start with all of that. It started with one offer and the courage to launch before everything was perfect. It started with her saying, I'm not waiting anymore. And that brings me to the second insight Shaleeka Jackson shared. And this one is critical. Price for your full life, not just your bills, not just what you think people will pay, not just enough to get by. Price for your debts, price for your savings, price for your peace of mind, price for the vacations you deserve, price for the legacy you're building, price for the fact that you are bringing unique value that no one else on this planet can replicate. Undercharging isn't humility, it's self sabotage. And in a job market where Black women are facing elevated unemployment and slower promotions, undercharging keeps you stuck in the same cycle of instability you're trying to escape. When you price for your full life, you're not just covering expenses, you're building a foundation. You're creating breathing room. You're honoring the years of experience, the degrees, the certifications, the late nights, the sacrifices, the wisdom you've earned. You're saying, my time, my energy, my expertise, they matter. And I'm not negotiating on that anymore. I'm not shrinking myself to make you comfortable. I'm not apologizing for my value. Now, here's where it gets even more powerful. Shaleeka Jackson told me about the third key insight, and this one is pure gold. Leverage your warm network first, your sorors, your church family, your friends who've been cheering you on from the sidelines, your cousins, your coworkers, the people who already know you, trust you, and see your value. These are the people who are your initial launch pad. You don't need to go viral. You don't need a million followers. You don't need to be on every social media platform. You need 10 people who believe in you enough to say yes. Think about it. How many times have you supported someone else's business without hesitation? How many times have you shared a post, bought a product, recommended a service, showed up for a launch because you believed in the person behind it? Your circle is ready to do the same for you, but you have to give them the chance. You have to tell them what you're building. You have to ask. You have to invite them in. And I know, so asking feels vulnerable. It feels like you're imposing. It feels like you're begging. But here's the reframe that will change everything. When you share your business with your warm network, you're not asking for a handout. You're inviting them into something meaningful. You're giving them the opportunity to be part of your success story. You're turning quiet support into real revenue. And that revenue is the fuel that takes you to the next level. It's the proof of concept that builds your confidence. It's the momentum that carries you forward. Let me give you another powerful example. Black women in STEM and tech are launching startups in some of the most competitive, underfunded, male dominated spaces in this country. They're facing promotion disparities, only 82 women of color promoted for every 100 men. They're navigating a venture capital landscape that's stacked against them, where less than 2% of VC funding goes to women of color. And yet they're building, they're bootstrapping, they're outsourcing what they can't do themselves. They're targeting women investors and warm networks for that initial traction. They're proving that resilience isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving in spaces that weren't built for us. It's about creating new spaces altogether. These women aren't waiting for permission. They're not waiting for the perfect pitch deck or the ideal investor meeting or the right connections. They're starting where they are with what they have, and they're building something that matters. They're leveraging their networks, they're asking for help, they're pricing for their value, and they're winning. And here's the bigger picture that we cannot ignore. Between 2017 and 2022, while Black women were facing unemployment rates nearly double that of white women, while we were navigating federal layoffs and slow job growth and systemic barriers at every turn, we were also creating. We were launching employer businesses at a rate that surpassed every other racial group. We turned labor market exclusion into economic self determination. We took the broken rungs on the corporate ladder, the ones that kept us stuck at entry and mid level positions, while less qualified people climbed past us, and we built our own staircase. We built our own empire. This is what Shaleeka Jackson wants you to understand. Entrepreneurship isn't about desperation, it's about agency. It's about looking at a system that wasn't designed for your success and saying, I'm not waiting for you to catch up. I'm not waiting for you to see my value. I'm not waiting for you to give me permission. I'm building my own path. I'm creating my own opportunities. I'm leading my own economy. But here's the thing that keeps me up at night: none of this happens if you don't start. None of this happens if you keep waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect conditions. The perfect moment is, now, the perfect plan is the one you start with, knowing you'll adjust as you go. The perfect conditions, they don't exist. They never have, they never will. But your skills, your vision, your determination, your lived experience, they are more than enough. They're everything. So let me ask you this, and I want you to sit with this question: what's your real why for starting that business? Not the surface answer, not the thing you tell people at networking events, not the polite version. What's the deep soul level reason you want to build something of your own? Is it freedom? Is it legacy? Is it the chance to finally be valued for what you bring to the table? Is it the desire to create opportunities for other Black women coming up behind you? Is it so your children can see what's possible? Is it so you never have to ask permission again? Whatever it is, hold on to it, write it down, speak it out loud. Let it be the thing that pushes you forward when doubt creeps in, because doubt will come. Fear will show up. Imposter syndrome will whisper that you're not ready, that you're not qualified, that you're not enough. But your why, that's your anchor. That's your reminder that this isn't just about making money. It's about reclaiming your power. It's about rewriting the narrative. It's about building something that outlives you. And here's your call to action, and I need you to hear me clearly. Who in your circle are you going to tell first this week? Who's the person you trust? The one who's been waiting for you to step into your greatness. Tell them what you're building. Share your one clear offer. Ask them to be your first client or to connect you with someone who needs what you're offering. Turn that quiet support into real revenue. And do it now. Don't wait for the new year. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait until you feel ready. Start now. Simplify one offer and soft launch it today. Because here's what Shaleeka Jackson and the data and the stories of women like Kara Stevens and the thousands of Black women building businesses right now are all telling us. Black women are not just surviving this economy, we're leading it. We're rewriting the rules. We're building businesses that create jobs, that build wealth, that shift entire communities. And we're doing it without apology, without waiting for approval, without shrinking ourselves to fit into spaces that were never meant to hold us. So here's my final question for you, and I want you to answer it honestly. What are you waiting for? The data is clear, the path is proven, the time is now. Simplify your offer, price for your life, tell your circle, and then launch, because the world doesn't need you to be perfect. It needs you to be brave. It needs you to start. It needs you to lead. It needs you to stop waiting for permission and start building the empire you were always meant to create. This is your moment. This is your era. This is your time to step into the fullness of who you are and what you're capable of. Stop waiting, start building. Lead the economy you deserve.